And in case that music and intro didn't tell you, the Oscar nominations revealed just this morning. John Krasinski and the Academy President Cheryl Boone Isaacs announced the nominees for the 88th Annual Academy Awards from the Samuel Goldwyn Theater in Beverly Hills, California, of course. So who is a favorite to take home those trophies on Oscar night? And who better to break it down with us right now than Rolling Stone film and television critic and all-around movie guru Peter Travers, and besides that, all-around good guy.
Well, that's good. I can go home now.
Yes, you can.
You know,
and host, of course, of Popcorn
that
with
was
Peter
good.
Travers. So, exciting morning.
It's always exciting to me. I don't know why, because I spend the rest of the year saying how awful the Academy is and how they get everything wrong.
Yeah.
You know? But there's something
And this is the
about
day
it.
they get everything right.
Well, they didn't. They didn't, Candace. I'm sorry. You know, they just didn't.
So having watched well over 300 movies, I guess, in the last year or so.
I have.
Can't wait to get your take on exactly what took place right now. You want to start with the Best Actress nominees?
If you want to,
Okay,
let's just
sure.
do it, you know?
Let's do it. Okay, so.
You're going to read them?
Yes. Let's do it. We have Cate Blanchett, Carol, Brie Larson, Jennifer Lawrence, Enjoy, Charlotte Rampling, 45 Years. And how do you say her name? Saoirse?
Saoirse.
Saoirse.
Sir with a sh on the end of it.
Oh, okay.
That's it. See, we've served a purpose today.
Saoirse Ronan.
Ronan, that's it.
That is sexy.
It is.
What's the surprise here?
What's the surprise? I
Yeah.
think the surprise is that somebody I really thought was great this year, Lily Tomlin, and Grandma wasn't there, but the surprise is everybody is there. I would have traded Jennifer Lawrence in Joy for any other person that was now I like Jennifer Lawrence, but Joy was a movie that didn't work. But who is this contest about? I think it's about those two. Brie Larson in Room is a tremendous performance.
Okay.
It's great. She's in a room with a child.
Yeah.
You know, for most of that movie.
You should get a nomination just for doing that.
But she did more
in a 10 by 10
than that.
foot movie.
But
Room.
I could see your face, and you're saying to me, who has my heart to win
Yeah,
that?
who has your heart, Peter?
Saoirse Ronan has my heart.
Is that just because her name was cool?
It's because it took me so long to learn to say it correctly, so I want a chance to say it again. No, I just think this story of a Irish immigrant girl coming to New York in the 1950s, she did something so spectacular with that. And I'm a big Cate Blanchett fan. I mean, I just think this woman is probably the Meryl Streep of her generation.
Absolutely.
And she's great in that, but my heart belongs to Saoirse.
Okay, and we'll see if your heart is correct.
But
on February
the Academy, if we're going that way, I think is going to go with totally with Brie Larson.
Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. And I was being very advanced by going to the actors first. But let's go back to the men right now and the Best Actor nominees. Yeah, I mean, you had Bryan Cranston from Trumbo, Matt Damon, The Martian, no surprise there, Leo, Michael Fassbender, Eddie Redmayne back in that category as well. A lot of star power in this one.
Yeah, but I should tell the other four who aren't Leonardo DiCaprio that they don't really have to even go. This is basically the year where everybody feels that they have left Leonardo DiCaprio waiting at the altar so many times.
Yeah.
That it doesn't even matter if you see The Revenant. They're going to pick him. They're saying,
No matter
this is it.
Which one is Leo?
It's Leo's year. I thought that Michael Fassbender was tremendous as Steve Jobs, but the movie just didn't hit the box office sweet spot where people would see it. It wasn't there. All of these actors are tremendous. Leo, come and get it now. We should give it to him. We should just tell him it's here now.
And Eddie Redmayne probably this would have been his year if it wasn't Leo and if he didn't win last year. Well,
Yeah, they don't. They're a little frightened of people winning twice in a row. Only a very small handful have actually managed that feat before, Tom Hanks being one of them.
Well,
and because that happened to him, they don't nominate him at all now. They just say, we gave you 2 Oscars in a row. That's the end for you.
You should be good for a lifetime.
Right.
Are you surprised Bryan Cranston made it into that category?
I'm not, because who of us doesn't love Walter White? And we're Breaking Bad people, and we love it that he's come into movies, and he's taken a movie about Hollywood. Remember that. The Academy loves movies about itself. It just says, Oh boy, were tremendous. I think last year it's why Birdman managed to beat Boyhood in a really tight race.
Yeah.
Because they love themselves. Now Trumbo is Hollywood saying, we hated Joe McCarthy, we hated the Blacklist, and Dalton Trumbo told us the way to go. And who's better to play him than Bryan Cranston? He was just terrific in the part. But no, he's not Leonardo DiCaprio. He needed to do that.
Okay. All right. We're going to move on to Best Supporting Actor. Call up the nominees. Christian Bale, The Big Short. Tom Hardy, of course, in The Revenant. Mark Ruffalo, Spotlight. Mark Rylance, Bridge of Spies. Sylvester Stallone, Creed. Let's go down through that list. A lot of star power as well.
Totally.
Christian Bale in The Big Short. What's going on there with The Big Short and Christian Bale's nomination here?
I think Christian Bale, the character he plays, is a guy who came in and shot all his scenes at once. He was this.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, basically, the guy he was playing stayed in his office. You know, he walked around barefoot and decided that he knew what was going to happen to the housing market and the mortgages, and just did this. And so he's doing his own one-act play within this movie. He doesn't interact with anybody else. And it's kind of a terrific job. Steve Carell also did a terrific job, but Christian Bale's the guy that said, look, I'm taking this. I'm taking center stage in this movie. And he pulls it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he does. Tom Hardy in The Revenant, and you have an interesting theory in that one, in that this clearly shows that there's some mad love for The Revenant, no matter what.
There is mad love for The Revenant. It totally is. Now, Tom Hardy is one of those actors, much like Michael Fassbender, that you don't see doing too many interviews.
No.
They're like the Greta Garbos of their generation. They come in and say, you just see me on screen and that's it.
Yeah.
But this time they said, that's okay. You know, you're that good that we're going to nominate you. And I'm with him. He deserved the nomination.
He is that good.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought he was excellent in Mad Max, of course. And he actually had, I think, a better role in Legend. Not that great of a movie, but...
well, he got to be twins.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's in their minds. You know, Academy voters are saying, oh, I saw him in that gangster movie. He was playing two people, and he's good in this, so let's just throw him the nomination for the movie everyone loves.
And let's be honest, we all love twins.
Okay.
Mark Ruffalo in Spotlight. Now, I know that all of the folks in Spotlight, the actors, they put themselves up for Best Supporting Actor nominations to put themselves on an even plane. This nomination, a wonderful performance, didn't you think? It is.
And he gets, in Spotlight, he's one of the few actors that gets an actual speech to deliver.
Yeah.
He comes near the end of the movie and says, this is what the movie's all about, and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Plus, he's just a terrific actor, period. Again, this year, he's in a movie called Infinitely Polar Bear, where he's playing a bipolar guy, and that's in their heads. You know, Mark Ruffalo is a really good actor.
Okay, Rylance?
And Mark Rylance, here's the Brit. We get the Brit to come in, and he's going to come in this spy movie and look like he's doing nothing and steal every scene from Tom Hanks and everybody else alive.
It's just tough to do.
But again, this is a stage actor who spends most of his time in England, is not here to work the circuit.
And Rocky, Sylvester Stallone.
Well,
Creed.
okay, let's leave again. Let's just tell the rest of them to stay home.
Really? That's it?
There's
all...
two sure things. This is a year where there's no sure things except for Leonardo DiCaprio and Sylvester Stallone. Come on, you know.
Worthy performance or just a good movie?
I think it was. Look, Sylvester Stallone and I have a lot of problems with each other.
We do.
We've spoken because after Rocky and a few other decent movies, he has not done a good job. If you've suffered through all three Expendables movies, as I have, you know that he can be really bad. But in this, he went back to his original character, said, I am a supporting actor. Michael B. Jordan is the star of Creed, and played it with such ease.
It was very natural.
Oh, it was. Plus, Hollywood loves nothing more than that kind of comeback.
It was,
you know, Sly, we love you. You know,
absolutely.
Let us give you this award because he didn't win the last time for Rocky. He was not the winner.
It was too early.
Well, now maybe it's too late. I don't know, but he's really good in it.
Okay, let's go to the ladies now. The Best Supporting Actress nominees. They include Jennifer Jason Leigh in The Hateful Eight, Rooney Mara in Carol, Rachel McAdams, Spotlight, Alicia Vikander, the Danish Girl, and Kate Winslet in Steve Jobs. Qu'est-ce que tu penses? What do you think?
It's a tough one.
Really?
Because
Okay.
they love Kate Winslet.
You sound stumped.
I'm not really stumped, but I'm too. You know, Jennifer Jason Leigh is having a hell of a year. There's not a lot of support this year for her movie Hateful Eight, and she's the only woman in the Hateful Eight, and she gets punched around.
Oh my God.
Terrible things happen to her, but it's a very audacious performance. It's somebody who's saying, "I'm not afraid of this. I'm going with it. You know, I'm going to be it," and she just looks. I think she is the most hateful person in the Hateful Eight. She's and it's a big, showy performance. But I think that the two that it's between are performances that are arguably Best Actress performances that got pushed into supporting.
Okay.
And that would be Alicia Vikander in The Danish Girl. Come on, she's in every scene, as Eddie Redmayne is. She's just constantly there. Some think she's even better than he is in it. And Rooney Mara in Carol is on screen as much as Kate Blanchett is. So why do they do this? But why do they do it? Because they don't think they could win if they were in the actress category. If Rooney Mara went into Best Actress, she would split the vote with Kate Blanchett. So we don't really want that.
Well, no.
But I think since they were pretty nasty to Carol on some of the categories and not picking it, I think it's Rooney Mara that wins Best Supporting for Carol.
Interesting. And Alicia Vikander, do you think they put her up for Best Actress in for Ex Machina as well?
No,
or
they
was it
should have.
both?
In other words, if she was nominated for Ex Machina in Best Supporting Actress, I personally, and I would make you join me, would give her that Oscar for that. But I think Ex Machina was too different for them. I think they just didn't want to deal with it. But she's a really good actress and a newcomer to this business. But I think Rooney Mara is going to be the standard bearer for Carol. She's going to get up there and say, yeah, we did something here. We did a lesbian love story, and we did it right.
Okay. Alicia could say the same thing.
She could, but she's in a performance where her co-star Eddie Redmayne got to wear dresses. And that's a scene-stealing kind of thing.
Yes, it is. Depends who wore it better.
Who wore it better? Totally.
Alicia or Eddie. Kate Winslet, of course, walked away with the Golden Globe in that category.
The Golden Globes give Kate Winslet and Jennifer Lawrence awards no matter what they're in. They just say, are you coming to our party? Is this what? It's great. Just take the award.
They gave Lady Gaga an award.
They
for
did.
acting.
And don't even take me there.
All right, Best Director nominees. The list includes The Big Short, Adam McKay, Mad Max Fury Road, no surprise, George Miller, The Revenant, Alejandro González Iñárritu, Room, Lenny Abrahamson, Spotlight, Tom McCarthy. First of all, why couldn't the president of the Academy, why couldn't she pronounce Iñárritu's last name? I mean, considering he won last year and it's not like he's a mutant, but anyway.
There are certain names that are just going to befuddle everybody. Alejandro is very good about it. He listens to whatever you say as long as you're saying, and the winner is. and so he's up there to do that.
How do you
and
like this?
if he wins this, which he has a very good chance of
Really?
doing,
Okay.
he becomes the first director in 65 years to win back-to-back Oscars for directing. That's pretty amazing. You got to go back to the days of John Ford and Joseph Mankiewicz for something like that to happen.
And, you know, it has been, we should point out, a great day for The Revenant with its 12 nominations. But, you know, George Miller, Mad Max, Fury with 10 nominations could just easily walk away with this one, don't you think?
George Miller's my guy in the race.
It is.
I just think this is, you know, he's just turned 70. He makes movies like Mad Max, action movies like that, and he comes out and he'll make a movie like Babe or an animated movie like Happy Feet, so he's got a talking pig. And then he dealt with Mel Gibson through all the first Mad Maxes, and now he comes back to it and makes a macho action movie about women.
Yes.
Makes it about a feminist icon.
Yes.
Charlize Theron, I thought, was brilliant in Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh my God, she should have been nominated.
So we were talking before we were on about what filmmaking is, what it is when you know how to use a camera and editing and design and everything in one. George Miller did it in this movie to me. This excited me. When I saw this movie, I went, wow, where did that come from?
Yeah, did you even expect
No,
anything
I thought
like
it would
that
be
at all?
maybe like going back to the well, to the Mad Max well with somebody else.
Yeah.
And he took me in completely different directions. So I'm a George Miller guy.
Okay. And when we look at The Revenant in the meantime, what did Inarritu do in this movie and how he directed it and made it that was different?
It's not so much a difference with him. I think what he does is, and it's been publicized so much, and he's been helping to publicize it a lot. This might have been the toughest shoot for anybody.
Why?
There they are in the great outdoors, freezing.
I don't even know where they shot
Freezing.
this.
Well, they went everywhere, and they ended up in Argentina because they couldn't find the snow up north.
Oh.
And so they had to go back. He wanted to see breath in the camera.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in this movie where some people hate it, where Leonardo DiCaprio is running, and he's running toward the camera, and his breath gets on the lens. And some people say, well, that's just wrong. That means a camera's there. How can we see his breath on that? Yeah. And this director feels, I don't care about this. I care that this is crazy. These actors make so much money. If I torture them for 5 months, I'm going to do it. And you feel it. When you watch this movie, you're there. You're freezing with them.
You're in it.
You are just totally in it.
You're eating the horse liver. You are getting assaulted and molested by the bear.
Yeah, you're everything. I felt like I was molested by the bear. Emmanuel Lubezki, who's the cinematographer of this movie, who does all of this, he won an Oscar last year for Birdman.
Yeah.
He's going to win it again. Okay. He won it before that for Gravity.
Yeah.
He's like, they call him Chivo. He's a miracle worker, this man.
And one more quick note about this. There were a lot of people who were surprised that Abramson was nominated for Best Director.
Yeah.
For Room.
Right. I'm not surprised because it's very difficult, very, very difficult to have most of your movie in one solitary room
10 by
and
10
make
room.
it visually interesting.
Okay.
He did that. He managed to do it, and he made it very tense, without the great outdoors that we have in The Revenant.
Okay, great. So, best.
Uh-oh.
Best.
I'm scared now.
Best motion picture, jam-packed with a lot of great films. A total of 8. Wow. The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max, The Martian, Relevant, Room, Spotlight, No Compton, but that's a whole nother matter. What do you think?
I think
of all of these.
Sometimes the race is always down to 2 movies. I think this time it's down to 3 movies. And that makes it interesting for the office pool. I think we can all really do that. Spotlight is the movie that's the critics' movie. That's the one that's about something that matters to Academy voters that are happening. The other 2 are big. They are, I don't know, a Mad Max Fury Road is the kind of thing the Academy never gives anything to. Okay. So I have to kind of say, no, it's not going to happen.
So not Mad Max.
It's not Mad Max. But what would you guess would be the other 2? You know what the one got the most nominations.
Yeah, so The Revenant got the most
The Revenant is not only a critics movie, people love it. They're going to see it more than once. It's got Leo in it, who's their person they want to give. They nominated Tom Hardy. They nominated for everything you can almost nominate it for, except for actress, because there aren't any in it. So they couldn't really do it. The spoiler.
The bear could have been.
The bear could have. Jonah Hill pretended he was the bear on the Golden Globes. He did do that. But the one that could sneak in, that's nominated in a lot of those categories.
I know where you're going.
It's called The Big Short.
Yeah.
It's got stars galore in it. It's telling us about the financial crisis, how it happened, and that we're all basically still living in it. And it does it through a comedy. This is the director, Adam McKay, who does movies with Will Ferrell, like Anchorman. And this guy comes in and takes on a serious subject.
I mean, they have Brad Pitt and Ryan Gosling.
They have stars galore. And
Well, those specific stars.
those specific stars. Well, they had Steve Carell. There he is.
Oh yeah, he's the.
So yeah, there he is. That is something to really watch out for. They clearly love it in every single way. So I don't know. I know what my favorite is, and that would be Spotlight.
I got to tell you, there are a lot of little. So Spotlight, you think is your favorite, but you think The Revenant will win for Best Picture, right?
I think I'm still going to say that Spotlight's going to pull this out. I think that the director could win it. That Spotlight isn't going to win for its director, Tom McCarthy, because they don't think it's a big enough movie to do that. But to me, Spotlight does everything it sets out to do perfectly. There's no Hollywood bull in it.
Yeah. I'm sure there were a lot of black kids in Compton or in Brooklyn this morning who were looking at the nominations and seeing the nominees and going, wow, I can really get a nomination. Oh, wait, actually, no. What gives? 2 years in a row that there were no
it's more than
minorities,
2 years.
at least 2 years in a row, no minorities, at least in the acting categories.
It's the worst. I have no idea how they don't look at themselves when they do it. You know, last year with Selma, to look at a movie that's that good and to have a woman director, Ava DuVernay, who did such a brilliant job in it, and say, no, we're not nominating you, but not even David Oyelowo. Maybe they couldn't pronounce his name either. I don't really know what the reason. But here, Straight Outta Compton has been nominated by all the guilds. It was the Producers Guild. Everybody said it's really a tremendous movie. It's on my 10 best list. Why would you forget that?
So you'd consider that one of the snubs, right?
I'd consider it a major snub.
Okay. It's not going to look good. I mean, I think that's part of the reason we have Chris Rock as a host this year, to get some color on the stage.
I don't think they knew that beforehand.
but
they should be ashamed of that because it's so all-encompassing. I mean, Idris Elba, who, if we were discussing Best Supporting Actor,
Beast of No Nation,
I would give him Best Supporting Actor. I would say Stallone finally had a guy that he had to really come up against. A terrific. Why isn't he there?
And it's in part because the studios aren't putting forth the money and behind these actors.
It could be that, but then how do we explain Michael B. Jordan? I mean,
because Michael B. Jordan was there, but did they put in an effort to try to get him nominated?
I don't know how much they did. I think Stallone was putting in the most effort, but it's a studio movie, and it's called Creed. It's not called Rocky. It's not called Rocky VI. It's called Creed, and this is a tremendous performance, and they're saying, it's not happening.
Let's talk about the other surprises. Michael Keaton, great in Spotlight, didn't make the cut for Best Actor. You say what?
I say again, that was a stupid move on their part, but I think if there was a part that could be called a leading role in Spotlight, Michael Keaton had it. He was the guy in charge of everything. Okay. So they put Rachel McAdams and Mark Ruffalo in for that.
All right, I think he'll be okay with that. Ridley Scott did a wonderful job with The Martian, the comedy and musical. And didn't get a nomination. It's not a comedy or musical.
It's not a comedy, so let's see, you know.
But the Golden
there were
Globes
laugh riots, other laugh riots that we could do. But yes, it had some funny things in it. Okay, well, see, you're being your Ridley Scott
didn't make the
was
cut
not only a person that should have been there, he was the favorite going in. He was the guy they were going to say, you did Gladiator, we gave it Best Picture, and we didn't give you Best Director. So we were going to make it up to him like we make it up to Leo. Not nominated? How is that even possible? That's just crazy. That's making me nuts.
He's just going to go back to making like just blockbuster movies. So Star Wars, part of Disney.
Is that out this year?
It's coming out. It might be in China at some point this year.
Don't get it. Don't get it for 1 second.
It's made a buck or two.
Yeah.
Was this a disappointing morning for Star Wars?
Yes, it has. It could say it's nominated for 4 or 5 technical awards. Yeah. But look, I'm telling you, Candace, this was the Academy 4 or 5 years ago decided instead of 5 nominated movies, they could have as many as 10. We have 8 this year. And that was because they left out the year before The Dark Knight. And everybody said, these are movies the public wants to see. These are movies people love. Star Wars comes out. I thought maybe it would turn out to be boring, bad, anything. It was wonderful. It was the ideal popcorn movie. To me, even better than The Martian. Why is it not nominated? Is it embarrassing them that it made so much money? I don't get it.
It might be also because it's part of a series, as you know.
It could be, but they did nominate it early in George Lucas's career. You did have a nomination for it in 1977, where it lost to Annie Hall. And The Empire Strikes Back, still my favorite Star Wars movie, managed to get it, even though it was part of a series. I think they get embarrassed when movies make too much money. I don't know why. Academy has to wake up to that.
Carol, great for Kate and Rooney, but no Best Picture nod as well.
No director nod for Todd Haynes, no Best Picture, except it's nominated in almost every other category, from its screenplay to its costumes to its acting. And they're saying, oh, I guess nobody directed it. Let's just let it go.
And you did talk about Straight Outta Compton. I would think the other snub that I took note of this morning was, I watched Steve Jobs, or pretty much I went to the movie and pretty much read a script on the screen. A lot of people thought it would get nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Yes. Me, I thought so.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Sorkin just won a Golden Globe for it against all the same competition. And I have no idea, except the public utterly rejected Steve Jobs. Rejected what was audacious about it and said, we don't really care. So the only time we see it is basically through Kate Winslet and Michael Fassbender. Again, whatever the reasons behind that, whatever the Writers Guild who actually choose this think about Aaron Sorkin, whether it's jealousy or resentment,
something personal.
It shows there. I feel it's personal.
Yeah.
Come on. That was a movie that said, I'm not going to do formula, I'm going to do something else.
Yeah, I'm just going to do dialogue on the big
but
screen.
Fine, because he had Danny Boyle, and he had Danny Boyle make that look. Room is all about dialogue.
No, absolutely.
And it's nominated in those categories. Spotlight is all about dialogue.
It is.
You know?
You're right.
Yeah, here it is.
Well done.
And can I give a shout out to somebody who didn't get nominated that I think is a joke that he wasn't? Johnny Depp.
Oh, for Black Mass.
In Black Mass. Again, he's been awful for almost a decade.
No.
But he was really, really good in Black Mass.
It just proves that the Academy won't nominate anything with black in it.
All right, that's the end of this show. There's going to be no line that tops that.
Well, you could do your impression of the weekend nomination.
I could do that, but I can't now. I just feel it should end with that. Anything with black in it is out. It explains the Johnny Depp snub better than anything I could ever say. I'm folding up my tent.
Peter, thank you so much.
Not
a little girl, you're. No, no. No.
No, let's not do it.
We're not going to do the best song category like that. Okay, we're going to see how it all plays out, of course, in just a few weeks. Exciting, the 88th Annual Academy Awards show can be seen February 28th on ABC. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. This was fun.
Yeah.
We did it.